Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's the Mats of San Diego with Joaquin today. In this special episode of Ramadan. So we wanna honor our Muslim friends and people that we know who works for the Muslim family, especially some in Middle East. So little did we know. Oh, actually, me personally, I didn't know a lot about Ramadan. All I know is that they've been fasting from sunset to what?
Sunrise to sunset.
See, imagine. So they are fasting from sunrise to sunset. So. And it varies down in every country because it depends on how far the sun will set. It's so funny because I really don't know I'm not knowledgeable about Ramadan. All I know that they will eat after sunset and then they stop eating before the sunrise. So that's it. But what's your opinion about Ramadan?
Opinion?
What is your knowledge about Ramadan?
Ramadan is the name of the Islamic holy month, where from sunrise to sunset, we abstain from eating, drinking, taking medication, just practice self-control, and the whole purpose of it is to practice faith and be closer with God. And throughout the month, it's encouraged to read the Quran, practice charity, just to be with the family and stay close. Right before sunrise, during I believe the first prayer, they have a meal called suhoor, which is when most people just prepare for the day, they eat and drink as much as they can. And then when sunset comes, they have another meal and another prayer called iftar, where I think it's a common practice to break your fast with a date.
Or a soup.
Yeah. And during that time, they have this prayer and this big feast, and yeah, I guess that's
the main concept of it. Yeah. But little did we know that there are about 1.8 billion Muslims around the world. And when we think about Muslims, we always thought that they only live in the Arab countries like Saudi Arabia or Kuwait and in Middle East. But the most number of Muslims live in Asia actually. And where it is again?
Indonesia.
Yes, in Indonesia. And there are also people in
Pakistan, India, other parts of South Asia and Southeast Asia. I'd say outside of Asia and the Middle East, there's a lot of people in North Africa and Eastern Europe who are Muslim. Just because that's historically how the religion has spread.
Also here in the US, there's a lot of Muslim here in the US. And I believe you have a friend and you have a classmate back in kindergarten.
Yeah. Just because Mary Mesa is a really diverse place, there's
a lot
I've been able to meet people of all different ethnicities and religions.
So you were exposed with this kind of religions, right? And also, according to my friend, each year the Ramadan starts eight days backwards from the previous year. So meaning, if it starts on May 1st this year, next year it's gonna start on April 22nd or 23rd. So there were times that it was during winter or during summer. That's why we're wondering why is it not constant that it's on the same date every day, every year because of that.
Yeah, because Ramadan follows the Islamic lunar calendar, and it's always the 9th month of the year, and that changes every year. So it depends. And yeah, sometimes there's like some twice in a year, well, in the Gregorian calendar, and it can happen like in any month. It just depends.
And also, Ramadan is not well celebrated around the world, not like Christmas or Hanukkah. Yeah. Little did we know that Ramadan exists. Me personally, I just found out just recently when Philippines are already start celebrating Ramadan and honoring all our Muslim countrymen. And also, I found out that a lot of wealthy people are donating during this time. Like they're doing a lot of charitable works.
Yeah. It's encouraged to just like be generous during this time, and like it's very community like focused. So I know like a lot of people want to like donate or like volunteer.
But also there are exemptions to fast. Yeah, not everybody will fast kasi like elderly
People with health conditions, children under the age of puberty, pregnant people, breastfeeding people,
and the sick.
Yeah.
And the sick, they're exempted to fast, but it's still on their own will to do it, and if they can. But according to my friend again, if you can't fast, at least give something more to the people that's needy. She was telling me that there is one hospital somewhere that this one family were able to have a 10 surgery during the Ramadan, and they paid everything for that surgery on that country. I don't remember exactly where it is, but those are the generosity and those are the sacrifices that they are giving to a lot of people during this holy month. And also, she was telling me that because younger kids, also according to my friend, because they're very, very wealthy, and she have 2 younger kids. And of course, the kids will be hungry during the day, and they were telling, "Mom, can we eat now? Can we eat now?" So she was telling the kids that no, you can't. Even if you're hungry, this is how it felt to be poor, helpless, and hungry. So they want that their kids experience that, so that they will value their money when they grow older.
Yeah, and of course, it's not going to be like a perfect viewpoint or like simulation of what that would be, because you have a meal at the end of the day, but it's something to bring that connection closer. So the food you would expect to see at iftar generally just depends on which part of the world your family comes from. There's no specific traditional food that's widely accepted.
Just like for Christmas we have this ham, or on Thanksgiving we have turkey, but on Ramadan there's no specific food that's particular on Ramadan.
Yeah, besides the date which you break your fast with. And I guess the main focus of it is just heavy food, nutritious food, because you've gone this whole day without eating. You want to get in protein, carbs, stuff like that, just to fill you up again. And at the very end of the fasting period, the month, there's this holiday called Eid, and it's similar to Easter because if you're familiar with the Christian faith, before that time, there's a fasting period too. Not as intense as Ramadan, but at the end of that, you have this like celebration
On
where
Easter.
people feast, they
Yes.
get presents, there's a heavy focus on sweets, and it's a time for like reflecting on the month and like just being with your family and celebration. I think I've also heard that if you're unable to do a day of Ramadan, like, or if you forget or do something on accident, you can just do it later in the year, like to make up for it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like accidentally you drink in the middle of the day.
yeah. Later in
Oh.
the year, you could just like, I'll like
Fast
I'll
the whole
fast for
day.
this day because I drank water downtime.
Oh. To compensate for the time that you accidentally do something. Oh, that's nice to know. See, those are the things that I really didn't know.
So we might not be the best resource for this because we aren't Muslim. We don't claim to be Muslim. We didn't grow up with any
The
of these
Muslim
experiences.
communities, yeah.
But like we just want to share what we know because like in this part of like the community and like the world, it's not like that information isn't really like widely known, and there's not a lot of exposure to it.
Yes.
And it's like it's just, I feel like it's a good thing to know about other people's cultures and traditions. Of course, like you should do your own research too, because like we aren't experts on this.
Muslims, yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
And also, not only that, I mean, we can also fast if we want, like every Muslims, but it's not just like the Ramadan as intense, but if we want to do something to fast, we can do it too as Christians. So
Yeah.
it doesn't limit us from doing it.
It's just a way for some people to show their support. And like I know that like if you're comfortable with it,
Yes.
they have no problem. It's like very considerate.
And also, this vlog is in honor of all our friends who are working so hard during this Ramadan. And there's a lot in YouTube. My YouTube friends, my personal friends who have been so working long hours because of Ramadan. So I salute all of you and I honor you through this vlog. And yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of OFWs in
Yes.
predominantly Muslim countries, and I know it's probably like harder.
So with that being said, we would like to honor all the Muslims around the world, and we wanna thank you for all the sacrifices and generosity that you have given during this holy month. And to all the people who've been working in Muslim countries, our friends, this is all for you, and do your research, because as we just said, we are not expert on this. We just want to share with you what we've learned and what we found out during this Ramadan and holy month. So yeah, I hope someday I will do a podcast with Joaquin. Yeah, because he's very knowledgeable and he researched. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for joining me in this episode again. He is very knowledgeable in this, and he researched because he wants to give his opinion and his knowledge, our little knowledge in Ramadan. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. God bless us all. Find peace in your hearts. Bye everyone. See you in our next
Vlog.
Bye!
Marami pang nagmamahal sa'yo.
Lift your head
Baby, don't be scared of the things that could